Okay, I'm going to turn this over to Council President Arcaro to start this public meeting. Again, I'd request all participants to mute their microphones through the duration of the public presentation.
Public hearing for the NLC Utility Service Program on June 22nd is now called to order.
Tonight we have Ashley from the National League of Cities affiliate, responsible for a utility service line program. During the duration of this, I'm going to turn the meeting over to Ashley to make her the host so she can go ahead and do the presentation via a remote PowerPoint. So hold on one moment while we do that.
I said, I think you all should be able to see it now. Is it up on the screen?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, well, thank you all for having me here this evening. My name's Ashley Shaworski, and I represent the National League of Cities Service Line Program. Our service line program is the only one that's endorsed by the National League of Cities, but also in Ohio by the Ohio Municipal League as well. The company, though, that I actually work for is called HomeServe, and we administer the program. And we are a Better Business Bureau business with an A+ rating, as well as we did win the Torch Award for Marketplace Ethics from the Better Business Bureau. So that is something that we're very proud of, and we're always striving to maintain that high level of ethical standards while conducting business. And our offices aren't located too far from you all there. We're just right outside of Pittsburgh. But what our program really is designed to do is to help address the public policy issue of our aging infrastructure. We know that communities like yours all across the United States really have been doing their part to either upgrade or maintain their public infrastructure, but the homeowners portion of these lines were kind of being forgotten about. So that's really why the National League of Cities went out and did research. They wanted to make a program like ours readily and easily available to cities and towns all across the United States. So they went out, did the research on your behalf, and we were the company that they did choose to provide this program. So what we would do is we would partner with the city in order to make our completely optional program available to your residents there. And we provide homeowners with protection on their external water or well lines, sewer or septic lines, as well as their in-home plumbing. And we always provide these services with a complete turnkey approach for the city, where we handle all the aspects of the program. We do the marketing, the billing, the claims management, and customer service. And there is absolutely no cost to the city if you choose to participate in the program, and the city would receive an incremental revenue stream for their participation as well. What I always think is the best benefit of our program is that it simply helps to raise awareness. Pretty much every community that I speak with, I normally hear that same type of thing, that when a resident does have some type of issue on one of their external lines, typically their first call is to someone there at the city. And then the city's left not only sending someone out, but using their time and dollars to determine that the issue is actually on the resident's piece of this line. And then someone's left being that unfortunate bearer of bad news, explaining to a resident that these lines are not covered by the city or typically their homeowner's insurance. So that's really why I kind of think of our program as a free public awareness campaign, because all of the residents there would receive a letter in the mail from us. And the beginning of that letter is simply educational. So that way, even if someone chooses not to enroll, at least in the future, they are well aware of what their service line responsibility is. And just that the city did try to take a proactive approach at helping to educate them of that. Also, a huge benefit of our program is the peace of mind, because now the residents know for just a few dollars a month, if they choose, they are able to transfer the risk of these lines onto us, a reputable company that is not only endorsed by the National League of Cities, but the Ohio Municipal League. And then if the resident were to have an issue, they just make a quick call to us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And we would dispatch a local licensed plumber or contractor to do the repair. So that is a huge benefit of our program, that we only use plumbers from your local area to do all of our work. And we do that for a lot of reasons. Mainly want to keep as much money there within your local economy as possible. But also, plumbers from your local area would be familiar with your local codes and will always make sure to do the work up to our standards as well as yours, which includes to get all of the proper permits for those repairs. And what happens is, if we did partner with the city, we would develop a contractor network that would specifically service your claims there. And you all could be as much or as little involved in that process as you want to be, where some of our partners will provide us a list of plumbers that they are familiar with or already working with or that are well known there in the community, and some want to stay out of that. Either option is completely fine for us, but with all of our plumbers, we go through a detailed vetting process where not only that they are from the local area, that they have meet all of the licensing requirements, whether it's by the city, county, or state, that they have the proper amount of insurance, that they don't have any type of open complaints with the Better Business Bureau, but we also conduct background checks and drug screenings. We always want to make sure that it's someone that a resident there feels completely comfortable with coming to their home, but also inside of their home. And as for our coverage, what we actually cover with the program, we do offer 3 completely separate and voluntary programs. We offer an external water line coverage, external sewer line coverage, as well as our in-home plumbing. Our 2 external products are pretty much set up identically, where we begin to cover those lines wherever they become the resident's responsibility, all the way to where they would enter their home. So that way, if a resident there were to be having an issue, whether it was a broken, a cracked, a leaking pipe, a tree root issue, a clog that needs cleared out, really anything that would impede the flow of those lines, as well as we do cover the thawing of frozen external water lines. We try to make it as easy as possible for your resident. They just make a quick call to us. We dispatch that plumber, and then the plumber would bill us for the service. But what they receive for their coverage is up to $8,500 for each and every repair incident. So that is something that would greatly separate us from other companies out there, is that ours is always on a per incident basis. So we do not have an annual or a lifetime limit, as well as we do not limit the number of incidents or claims that anyone can have. So again, your resident would always receive up to $8,500 towards each and every repair incident. And we would never have any type of service fee or deductible, because we would not want, that $50 or $100 service fee to deter anyone from actually giving us a call and getting their issues taken care of. And as for our third product, that one is our in-home plumbing. And it was really developed by request of our current municipal partners, as it kind of was that missing piece of the puzzle. And this would cover any of the water, sewer, or drain lines that are actually in their home after the point of entry that either may be broken or leaking. It also would include any lines that may be embedded under their slab or basement floor, and coverage for the repair of clogged toilets. And this again is similar, where there is never a service fee or deductible, no annual or lifetime limit. We never limit the number of claims that anyone can have in a calendar year. And the in-home plumbing, the homeowner does receive up to $3,000 towards each and every repair incident. And we really do come to find that when someone chooses to enroll in any of these options, they are a little bit more proactive about getting their issues taken care of. Because everyone's always nervous to give that plumber a call because they have no idea what it's going to cost. But now your resident knows the cost of determining their issue and getting it taken care of is not coming out of their own pocket. And then, as I mentioned at the very beginning, another feature of our program is the revenue piece. So our program is always absolutely no cost to the city to participate, and the city would receive an incremental revenue stream for their participation. What the city actually receives is 50 cents per month per paid warranty contract. So essentially, if a resident did enroll in all three of our programs, the water, the sewer, and the in-home plumbing, then the city would receive up to $1.50 per month per household, and that is paid to in the form of a revenue every January. And a lot of our partners choose to do different things with this. Obviously, anyone there could do anything that they want, and some put it into the general fund. But we also do have some partners that will use it to help a resident that may be having trouble paying one of their utility bills from month to month. I know some will use it for different types of social services programs you already may have initiated there within the community. And we even do have a partner that uses it to help go towards their annual fall festival. So it's really however you all there at the city see fit. And lastly, I know the big thing everyone wants to know is how we market our program. So we only ever market by direct mail. So you don't have to worry about us calling door to door, anything like that. We typically do have up to 3 mail campaigns in a calendar year, which are normally in the spring, the fall, and the winter. And the reason why we do have those multiple campaigns is because we offer multiple products. One nice thing though is we never mail anything out to a resident unless we do have the city's review and approval prior. We always want everyone there to not only know exactly what their residents are receiving, but have input on what they do receive. Once we get the approval, we let you know the dates that we would send those out. And if for some reason we do not receive the approval, then we would never mail to your residents for that campaign. So everyone there at the city always has complete control on if and when a letter were to go out. And to give you a quick idea of what that letter normally looks like, as I mentioned, the beginning really is that educational piece, letting a resident know exactly what their service line responsibility is. It even has a little diagram, so they're 100% sure what portion of the line that we're talking about. And then it is an introductory letter where the city would introduce the program to its residents, but it always clearly states that we are a separate company providing the service, as well as it is 100% optional. It does go out with the city's either logo or letterhead on it. That way your homeowners know that this is the program you all are participating in. But the bottom of that has all of our information. Our logo, our phone number is the only number on there, so they call us with questions or to enroll. Same thing with our website. They can go there for lots of good information, or they could enroll by giving us a call. We know that you all have more than enough going on there, so we do handle all of the aspects of the program. We do the marketing, the billing, the claims, and the customer service. Really, by partnering with us, I just think you're making a program available to the residents that otherwise would not be. But we do handle all the aspects. And just to give you an idea, we do have over 750 municipal partners all across the United States. And we do have 21 in the state of Ohio. And I know I have just rambled on to all of you for the last few minutes or so. So I'm sure you also may have some specific questions regarding the program for me as well.
Hi, Ashley, it's Tammy Ledford.
Hi, Tammy.
I just wanted, hi, could you go over the prices for each of the packages you have? And I know a common question that I've received is wondering why you don't offer a package deal for everyone who would get multiple products.
Sure. So our pricing, we do offer the 3 separate programs. We offer the external water line coverage, which is $5.75 per month. The external sewer line coverage, which is $7.75 per month. And our in-home plumbing, which is $9.99 per month. Those are all separate, all 100% optional. A resident can enroll in any of them or absolutely none. And no matter how they choose to pay us, they could pay monthly, quarterly, annually, but no matter how they choose, it is always month to month. So even if they did sign up for a year in advance and want to cancel, they just make a quick call to us and we would refund any unused premium. We have been offering in that initial mailing, typically we do mail the products one product at a time, but sometimes in the initial mailing, we do the 2 external products together, the water and sewer. And then if you enroll in both of those, you will get a 10% discount. Oh,
Okay, that's great. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
and I know your question is a lot of times why we don't offer a package deal. I
Mhm.
know when we have tried it in the past, but then it is a package more or less where it's one service contract that provides both water and sewer, so they would get the discount. And then if they were to cancel, it would cancel everything, and then they'd have to re-sign back up in one. So it kind of makes it a little bit more difficult administratively.
Okay, I see. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Ashley, we had a question here in council chambers, and the question was related, does this only cover public infrastructure in terms of public sewers? So things like septic tanks would be excluded.
So our coverage for our sewer line coverage, it's sewer and septic coverage. And if someone's on a private septic system, we cover that line wherever it leaves the septic tank to where it would enter their home. So we don't cover the actual septic tank, but we cover the line. Same thing if they are on a private well, the water line coverage is a water and well coverage, and it would cover the line wherever it leaves the well to where it brings the water into their home. But yes, they would be eligible to enroll if they're on private well or septic.
Yeah, we were just a couple comments here that this is a very straightforward program. Obviously, the number of adopters here in the state of Ohio, which is always good to see. We did do some reference checks, and everybody seemed to say that this was an excellent program. The one comment about the city receiving 50 cents per account up to $1.50 per account, I just did an edge of the napkin kind of number based on our utility numbers. So if absolutely everybody in the city enrolled on every account, that would generate less than $75,000 a year for the city. So I know based on, and maybe Brian Bidwell could chime in on this, is we have a lot of sometimes homeowners that struggle financially, and they have a sewer line or something break in a major state route, and it can be cost prohibitive. We've tried to work with our CDBG chip program and other things. There might be an opportunity to kind of backstop that for ones that become excessive cost, because the sewer line coverage caps out at $8,500 per year, correct?
Per incident. Mhm.
Per incident.
Mhm.
Yeah. In some cases where we have extremely deep sewer lines on state routes, we've seen numbers in excess of $8,500 to do the repair.
And to give you an idea with our history, over 99% of our claims are under those limits. We do know we do have a few on occasion that are over that. But we don't tell the plumbers what they can charge for their service, but they typically do give us a little bit of a better rate because they know they're getting that steady stream of work as well as guaranteed timely payment. So a lot of times, they will give us a better quote for the work. But in the case, there is those few occasions per year that may be over that 8,500.
Were there any more questions for Ashley? I'm hearing none. So you've answered everyone's questions.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I
There
really,
is one. I have one question. For those people that live in a certain area of our town, could they double up on the insurance and get double the coverage?
so unfortunately not. Yeah, unfortunately, we do have, it is, one policy per residence, and it is that $8,500 limit. We do have, if it was a huge issue, I do believe we have a product available. It's a little bit different in the state that we did for another partner that has 10,000 per limit. but it does increase the price for everyone. And typically it's, not needed for most customers. So we don't want everyone to be paying $2 or $3 more per month when it most likely won't be utilized.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, it doesn't sound like we have any more questions from anybody attending in person right now. This is obviously televised and it's being streamed. I would encourage any members of the public to reach out to a member of council, a council president, or my office if you have any follow-up questions or concerns about this program. And we'll be happy to get those answers for you as council considers this moving forward. So at this time, if we want to conclude this section of the meeting, we do have our regular council meeting starting here in about another 30 minutes. Thank you, Ashley, for all your time. And I know this has been somewhat delayed. This was originally scheduled for the second week in March, and here we are now. So thank you for accommodating us and doing this remotely. It's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. If you think of anything, don't hesitate to let me know, and I'm happy to help.
Thank you. And that concludes our public meeting.